It is 6 p.m. Your team has logged off for the day, but you are still at your desk, clearing out a backlog of approvals, minor decisions, and routine tasks. You tell yourself it is faster to just do the work than to teach someone else how to do it. You might even worry that no one else will meet your standards. This is the efficiency trap. You save an hour today, but you guarantee that you will have to spend hundreds of hours doing the exact same work over the next year. This chart shows the difference between simply offloading work and actually delegating it. On the left is dumping, giving someone tedious tasks without authority. On the right is true delegation, transferring responsibility alongside specific decision-making power and the support needed to succeed. When you treat task assignment as a development tool rather than a way to clear your inbox, the results are measurable. Teams led by managers who effectively delegate experience a 25% increase in overall engagement. By sharing ownership, you achieve two goals at once. You protect yourself from burnout by managing your own workload, and you give your team the autonomy required to practice problem solving, which drives better communication and new ideas. Before we break down the steps to do this correctly, think of one specific task on your plate right now. Choose something that a team member could feasibly handle if they had the right guidance. Keep that task in mind. You are going to use it to manage your personal energy and scale your leadership capability. Step 1 is choosing the right person using this matching matrix. Instead of only looking at the x-axis, current technical skills, you must also evaluate the y-axis, tracking growth potential. The goal is to place someone in this upper right quadrant, the development zone. You need to evaluate both their competence and their motivation. If a team member is already overloaded, adding a complex project will cause frustration. But if they have the capacity and the desire to learn, that same project becomes a valuable stretch opportunity. Step 2. Define the authority level. This list outlines the 4 levels of empowerment to prevent micromanagement. Level 1 means researching and reporting back. Level 4 means deciding and acting completely independently. You must explicitly state which level applies. Many managers fear that giving up control means losing influence. In reality, insisting on making every decision creates a bottleneck. When you distribute decision-making authority, you multiply the amount of work your department can successfully execute. Once you assign the level of authority, define exactly what a successful outcome looks like. Having this conversation before the work begins establishes a shared standard and prevents quality issues later on. After assigning the task, you have to manage your involvement. Hovering over your team and asking for constant updates is anxious oversight. What you want to provide is a supportive presence, showing up at specific, predictable times to offer help. Step 3 is scheduling your follow-ups. This diagram displays a project timeline with 4 specific check-in moments. You should put these milestones on the calendar the very day you assign the task. The first milestone is the early check-in, occurring a quarter of the way through the timeline. Use this meeting to spot early misunderstandings and ensure the team member has the tools to proceed. Halfway through the project, hold a midpoint reality check. This is your opportunity to review progress and adjust your strategy if new obstacles have appeared. At the 90% mark, conduct a pre-completion review. Think of this as a final quality assurance step to guarantee the work meets the original standards before the final deadline. Scheduled check-ins do not take away your team's autonomy. They provide a reliable framework that allows your team to work confidently and produce excellent results. Step 4 occurs after the task is finished. When you provide feedback, focus on the impact of the work rather than just praising the effort. Detail exactly how their contributions solved a problem or helped the organization. If there were mistakes along the way, use the bridge approach. This diagram shows the 3 components. First, acknowledge what went well. Next, clearly identify the performance gap. Finally, build a collaborative plan to close that gap. Keep your review of this specific assignment separate from conversations about their career trajectory. Discussing their long-term development goals is important, but doing it in the exact same breath as a performance critique can blur the lines and cause confusion. When building the plan to close the gap, ask the team member, "What do you think would help you achieve a better result next time?" This prompts them to analyze their own workflow and invent their own solutions, rather than waiting for you to fix it. Close the feedback loop by looking ahead. Talk about the next project or challenge they are ready to take on based on the skills they just demonstrated. Match the task to the person. define their decision-making authority, schedule consistent check-ins, and deliver impact-focused feedback. When you stop doing everything yourself and start teaching others, you transition from being an individual expert into a leader capable of scaling their team's output. Now, take that one task you identified earlier and apply these 4 steps to hand it off today.